Buddhists have an interesting saying. They say that the only thing that's permanent is change. I like that, because everything changes. Nothing stays the same. Glenda and I have a little song that goes something like this. We are moving forward, yes we are. We are moving forward, yes we are. You can't stand still and you can't go back. The only way to go is forward. I wasn't planning on singing that, but that's okay. You know, it's just a plain truth. You can't stand still. Time moves on. It's been 10 seconds since I started. Or is it 20? So what is transformation? How does it take place in our bodies? What's going on? What causes transformations? The scientific community has their explanation, and valid so. Sometimes it's pain, and we would like to be better than, or bigger than what we are today. Sometimes it's desire for growth and fulfillment, or the innate drive to become a better version of ourselves. I remember when I was 86. Does anybody here remember, some of the older guys here, remember the International Human Unity Conference that was held in Vancouver in 86? People like Gene Houston were there, Deepak Chopra. I got to meet Deepak, starting in his career, I might add. Fabulous individual, even at that time. Up until that time, I was a hard-nosed scientist at Simon Fraser Universities, doing double-up blind studies, etc., etc. Loved it. It was great. When I went to the conference, I don't know what inspired me to go there, but I went. I guess it was to meet Chopra. Anyway, I had a major transformation from being a hard-nosed scientist to 180 degrees to recognizing that I really appreciate something called metaphysics. It answered so many questions that I wanted in the spiritual world that I'd left behind. "30 years ago, 30 years prior to that, I was raised in a traditional church. Learned all about hell and damnation and fear. Somehow that just didn't sit with me all those years. And when somebody mentioned Aristotle and metaphysics and logistics and all that stuff, it just grabbed me. That was a transformation. You know, I often ask people around me, maybe even some of you here, who transformed from the traditional religious community into metaphysics. What was that moment like for you? Do you remember? Or did you grow up in a metaphysical community? She did, the little rascal. She grew up, she was born into a Unitarian church. Does anybody have that luck? No. So making that transformation for me was a major, major, major shift. Can you appreciate that? You guys understand what I'm talking about? Okay. Glenda and I made some interesting transformations in our years. One of them was kind of strange, but different. Has anybody here walked on burning coals? You guys never did that? Come on. Nobody? We did. You really had to have faith, let me tell you. You had to reach a point where you know you would be transformed into something else if you did not have faith. Your feet would have ouchies, major ouchies. But we had faith, and we did it. We had another transformation. Because we believed that as spirit beings, we could do this. Why do we transform? Because we want to be better? Because we want to connect with that which we are? How many people here would agree that they are spiritual beings having a human experience? Put up your hands. Do you know that's the entire room? Do you know that? Because we are all enlightened or aware of who and what we are. We are spiritual light beings. Each and every one of us. When we look in each other's eyes and we share, it's not by accident. There's a purpose. Because the eyes are the window to the universe. The eyes are the only part of your body that has depth. It doesn't stop like the skin. You can see through the person's soul. And you can feel the love or the hate. That's a transformation. And just connecting with each other. Transformation is painful sometimes. Some people think that dying is painful. We shouldn't die, or we can't die, or don't talk about it. That's a no-no. Please don't talk about death. Okay, let's reverse that. How about being born? We decided to come into this planet. I decided to come into this planet my time. Why shouldn't it be my time, my choice, when I leave? There's a concept. It should be. Why should I die in pain? Or if you do know somebody that is dying in pain, the transformation of that is absolutely mind-boggling about what that relationship can be. But they're both important, are they not? Everybody knows that we're going to leave this planet. That's not a question. Why does it have to be bad? Hell, I look forward to it. Actually, because I intend to ascend to at least the fifth dimension. I welcome transformation every day. Every time I wake up in the morning, I say, oh my God, I survived another night. Wait a minute, I had a wonderful dream. I remember my dreams. I'm one of those people that remembers his dreams. That's why Angelica asked me to write this book based on 41 dreams. So I wake up in the morning and I say, there's my sweetie pie next to me, and thank you, God, this day you made for me. I say this every morning. Thank you, God, this day you made for me. I am grateful. Thank you. Bless you all.